check it out. Hit you with no delaying, so what you saying, yo? Silly with your ice grilly with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You know when to violate, baby, really and truly, yo. My main thug, villain ain't Julio, he moody, yo. Type of brother that'll get with the real shook, scared to death, act, yo. X that, look at shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way she make me wanna get all in the, yo. Top mistress of the...
It's week 2 of the National Football League, and our focus is on Kyle Pitts. He rises when it matters most, and he comes in third in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Falcons and the Eagles under the lights on Monday night.
We've all waited long enough to get here. It's time for some football as we welcome you to the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you all for joining us here in week number 2. Alongside Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. Brock, we got a great one this week, partner. One of the only games league-wide featuring 2 teams who both won their openers.
Yeah, it's been mission accomplished so far, each off to the start that they envisioned as the season began. And while it's only week 2, whoever can come out of this one with a win and jump to 2-0 has everybody in their division looking up at it.
One team will keep the winning ways going to start the season as we're off in week 2. Here's Smith on the return. Return's looking good so far. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by a QB coming into his 5th NFL season out of Oklahoma. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him. And he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to.
It's a touchdown! The Eagles take a 6-0 lead right away. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. One snap in, and this offense as efficient as they could be, partner, and looking very dangerous to begin this ball game too.
Yeah, you know, it's one thing for coaches to tell us in our production meetings they want to be a quick strike offense, got to be explosive. But they put that talk into action. One play from scrimmage, one touchdown, and one massive statement sent across the field.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. So out have the Falcons for their first possession. And they'll be led out by the 8th pick in the draft. The lefty who led your alma mater, Washington, to the national championship game, Brock, Michael Penix Jr.
Kate, this is one of those situations where a quarterback has just got to say to himself, poised. Be poised. Yeah, your team just gave up a big blow on the other side, and you don't have to get it all back in one play like they just did. You got to go out there with poise to do your job and go lead your team.
They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Going to the ground again on first. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Penix looking to pass. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. This one goes for 3 yards. And the Falcons will have a first.
I'm sure Coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Penix on first down. Into the hands of Pitts. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
Let's go.
Working inside the red zone. And oh, he got it! Interception! Cooper to Jean in to pick it up. And the Eagles are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, babies. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Hey! Great, set! Delta!
Hurts now from the gun. Completes this one to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Offense set for a 1st and 10.
Great, set!
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. Second and 6 coming up here.
63, bang! Great, set! Delta!
Option play, they give it to Barkley. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tackled by Luke Orororo. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
No touch!
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Taken in by Smith. Down to the 10. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Only a yard that time, and now it's 2nd and goal from the 1.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Delta!
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Barkley. And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on 3rd and goal.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Falcons taking the field for their 2nd drive. And I know it's early, Brock, but you can almost feel that they need some points to keep this lead from getting out of control and build up their confidence as well. After drive number 1 ended in that interception.
Yeah, totally co-sign that, Kate. Every bit of it. It's an early deficit, but there's still a whole lot of game left. You don't need to make up for it right away. You just need to start to see those chains moving.
Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, And you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did. And, of course, it's a throwaway.
And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Play made that time by Danico Autry. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Trying to work quickly now. Trying for it with Penix. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Here's Penix. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the set. Rolling left, buying some time. He can run it.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that 1st down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and the effort swarming after him, well, denies the 1st down.
And the Birds bring out the nickel look. 3rd down coming up. They're going to play action. Here's Penix. Looking out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. And they're up against it. 4th down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
4th down, here's Penix. Has him on a quick hitter. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And the huge conversion gets them a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Here we go, here we go.
On 1st down, here's Penix. That's brought in by Mooney. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. And again, it's Penix. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Another carry for Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, defense, Well, they're not going to let anything come easy, and their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out. On 3rd and short.
That one's incomplete in the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. They'll run it with Robinson. And he's going to make it in for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons make it a one-score game in the first half. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
That one right down the middle. And the Falcons chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's Smith on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch a breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Escapes out to the left. Now he takes it, and that's good for a gain of 5. DeMarco Hellams there on the stop.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Devontae Smith, the intended target. And 4th and 4 coming up. The Eagles are in punt formation. And we'll see what kind of first impression he makes tonight. He punted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Sidney Brown in on that stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. And in motion out of the slot. From the 23. Escapes the pocket. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Back to 60. Let's go now.
From the shotgun, Penix. That's caught for the 1st. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
18 left. Warriors 70. Let go.
Penix now on 1st down. Throw wheeled in by London. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Play action. Here's Penix. He lofts it deep left. Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
On second down, Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Penix working from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Well, best of luck here. It's 4th and a considerable distance.
Here we go. 60 back, go.
And they're going for this. Flush shot out to his left. And they won't do it. That goes incomplete on 4th down. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Great, set. Delta.
First down throwing for Hurts. That's caught with Saquon Barkley. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout.
Great, set. Delta.
On first down, Hurts. Falcons getting close, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
Smash.
Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Field goal unit out there on second down as they try for 3 here before halftime. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all this concentration, every bit of the strength, to send that puppy through.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Looking to throw. He beams one deep right side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with though here. They've got second down. We're at halftime here in Philadelphia, and the Eagles have soared to a lead at the break. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. As mentioned, this is the EA Sports Halftime Report. Time to take a look around the NFL and find out what's going on this fine Sunday. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. Puka Nacua leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Josh Allen, 3 touchdown passes as his guys moved to 2-0 on the young season. We just watched a fine first half out of the mobile quarterback, that's Jalen Hurts. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. With that, the 2 squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Ewer. These 2 teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Ewer.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. That score made it 17-7, but they can cut it back to a 1-score game here. They'll get this drive started first and 10.
Pass to the left, go! 79 Broncos. Hut, hut.
Penix here from the gun. He's got London left side. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Give him 13 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
Ready? Ready?
Going right side, Robinson with it. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought down by Julian Blackman. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Let's go.
From the 47. Pitts brings it in. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Sidney Brown in on that stop. Working quickly here. Third down give to Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Ready?
Penix on first down. Short pass brought in. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for first and 10.
Here we go, set.
A give left side. Here's Robinson. Has some space inside the 15. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire. Getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
Check go.
Here's Robinson. And that carry on, that's one on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Let's go now.
Robinson has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult fourth down decision.
Now Penix on 3rd and goal. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here's Smith on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. That lead already smaller than it was at the break, Brock, and they're going to face a little pressure now on this opening series. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down.
Great, set. Delta.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. This finds Smith. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Delta, set. Delta.
He's got Brown on the slant. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field.
73.
2nd and 3 now.
Delta, set.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown.
Reload.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Falcons returning their offense and this running back to the field. And they're going to try to take the lead back to one possession here after that last score pushed it up to 24-14. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing Penix. Throw left side is caught by Pitts. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. This is ahead for about 5. Zach Bond with the tackle. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 41. He lets a heater go deep. Middle. They connect on the deep shot. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. A second touchdown through the air for Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations of the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
That one splits the uprights. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. And after that last second score in the 3rd, we'll resume play with a kickoff. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Jackson now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. First and 10. Here's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. The rookie from Notre Dame able to take him down. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
King, Phil King.
From the pistol, Hurts. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches.
Hey, 73.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So out now comes the punter. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. Absolutely crushed his 1st punt, and here's another huge one. And this punt lands in the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons and Michael Penix Jr. set to take over again. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. On 1st down, here's Penix. Called in left side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, It's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
From the gun, it's Robinson. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, Penix. Throw left side, complete. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Shotgun snap again to Robinson. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. And he's certainly given us a performance worthy of these primetime lights. This is now a 100-yard game that he's put together. First and 10 from the 41. Sending a receiver left. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Didn't take a rocket scientist to know, Kate. They wanted to get the ball in this guy's hands any way they could, not just in the passing game, and he just showed you why. This defense not prepared for his impact on the ground.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. Robinson on the inside give. Reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons take a 4th quarter lead. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Out to kick it away. Here's Pinion. And that kick goes out of bounds. They're going to get great field position out of this. And he missed this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So a quality return, but you're going to have to wipe away some of it as they get caught for holding along the way. 1st and 10 from the 41.
63.
They send him left out of the slot. Hurts now from the gun. And he goes down. The Falcons got to him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Great. Set.
Trying again, following the send. Forced out to his right. He's on the move. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
Now
to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Great. Set.
Running back sent in motion. Play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still 2nd down.
So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got second and 15.
Hey!
He'll look to throw it. He's on the move. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Great, set. No touch.
Throwing now. He's got it inside the 25. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty. 2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's first and 10.
No touch.
Here he is to throw. It's caught at the 4. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout.
Hey! No touch, set.
Back to throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And they're headed in reverse after that sack. The Eagles decide to spend their third and final timeout. Second chance at 6 here. It's second and goal.
No touch.
Another try following the sack. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game.
No touch.
Here he is to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
No touch, set. No touch.
Looking to throw it. And on fourth down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. He can't find the end zone. They stop him, and they'll still trail as they turn it over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Drive starts out with a first and 10.
Let's go. Check go.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he won't win the race to the outside. That one's buttoned up at the line. So the Falcons will fly home with a win on the road. And they can be proud of their exploits on the road and overall so far this season as they improve to 2-0. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we say so long from Philadelphia.